Yeah, I think is to figure it out, is to figure out what content I actually enjoyed making. I went down the route of doing some entertainment gaming content where I jump on kind of different videos and rank games with Sanjay and everything like that, and enjoyed it. But it's not really where my heart lied in terms of whenever I put the content out, it wasn't something I was like, oh, I'm super proud of this. So it was like working out a content style that I was like, okay, I actually love the craft of this. Off the back of it, I'm excited to get the next one out.
I think my biggest struggle was not knowing if I was going to be successful or not, and doubting myself a lot in that process. Like, I started streaming with 3 viewers. I didn't come into this with like a boost from any other platform. Like, I just grassroots turned the camera on with only my friends there. And I think in that 6-month period before I really started to see a lot of success, streaming to 10 people, to 15, to 20, like, it started to grow incrementally, but there was a lot of self-doubt in that time.
Everybody says, like, just start posting. That's kind of true in my opinion. It's like, start posting if you have anxiety about posting, which I did. But some people are like, just keep posting. And it's like, well, if you're like 50, 100 videos in and it's not working, it's probably more about like the strategic decisions that you're making about where you're posting and how long the video is and what you're doing in the video and the editing and the sound effects and stuff like that. So I think that sometimes people need to listen to that advice, but a lot of times also they need to take a step back, get some thoughtful feedback, maybe from friends or maybe from ChatGPT, and take another meaningful stab at trying to iterate on their content and not just be like, no, I've always wanted to make makeup tutorials, so I'm going to make makeup tutorials like Jenna, and if it's not like Jenna's, then I don't want to do it. Like, might not be a great fit for you if you're not able to make that happen then.
Biggest struggle was like actually not knowing how the medium worked. A lot of builders do this, and you know this too, Matt, is like, I actually reached out to DeFi Edge and I was like, man, I'm putting out tweets, I'm putting out bangers, I'm like putting out a lot of like quantity and quality posts, but like no one's liking or reacting to these posts that I think that are bangers, right? And like DeFi Edge was just like, this doesn't work on X platform at all. Like, your specific spacing, you should only have 1 sentence. You should have like 3 lines maximum. Try not to do that in terms of the beginning. And then it was going to like learn under Hunter next, which is like the hook sauce and everything like that. So it's like crypto Twitter, a lot of people think it's like easy necessarily, like, well, you just like yap on like stuff, but there are fundamentals in which that like you actually need to do. And that's on YouTube, that's on TikTok, that's on every single platform. And the medium in which that I chose, which was Twitter at first, because like you can grow really quickly.
I didn't have any views. So you saw me when I first started playing out. Had no views for like months, or like in Twitch, when I started on Twitch, had like 0 views, and I think only my partner was the only viewer I had for like 6+ months, and he kept subbing to me. Like, you feel so humble, but if you keep pushing it and just keep doing it and don't care about the views, it comes in later. So it's all about that mentality of like not caring about the views and trying to show your content because you want to post.
It is a struggle. I think you have to realize that nobody is going to care for a while. There are certain ways that you can be clever about it, but ultimately it just takes time. And it's that like compounding effect, right, which you don't see for months and months and months and months, and you have to kind of know that going into it. So yeah, that's definitely been the hardest thing. Also, for me, like sticking to that long-term mindset, finding a niche, and even when it's not big, like being in crypto or crypto gaming early enough, it feels like it's not working, and you have to kind of stick to your guns enough that you think this is going to come good in the end. I think that is the hardest struggle. There's so many distractions, so many other ways you could go.